So today we are going to be making these gorgeous frosted flocked berries. We're going to be using them on another woodland themed Christmas tree that I'm doing right back here. Also going to show you how to make some flocked ornaments out of pine cones. So these are the supplies that you're gonna need to make these gorgeous flocked berries. They're very inexpensive. They're just these dollar store berries that I've had for a few years, but I know that you can get them at the dollar store. I have these really pretty pine cones that came from Hobby Lobby. Christmas decor is all 50% off, so I have 5 of these pine cones and I only paid $2 for them. This is what we're going to be using to flock our berries and pine cones, is this fine snow. This came from Hobby Lobby as well. You want to make sure you get the fine snow. You're going to use this clear gel tacky glue. You can get this from pretty much any craft store. You want to make sure you find something that dries clear. Have a paintbrush and then just a little cup to put our glue in and a paper plate to do our frosting or flocking on. Then I have some extra ribbon, which I'm going to be using as hang ties for the ornament. So this is a super simple project, really easy. I'm going to put some of my glue in the cup just so that it makes it easy to clean up afterwards. And you don't need a whole lot, as we are going to just take one of our little berry picks, pour a little bit of this snow into another cup, and I'm gonna take my paintbrush. I dip it in the glue. You don't need a whole lot of glue on your brush, just enough to lightly cover the outside portion of your berries. So I just lightly brush one side, I'll flip it over, and I will lightly brush the other side. Then you can also take a little bit of the glue and kind of just brush the leaves lightly. Fine snow and drizzle it right over your berries and your leaves, just like that, until it's nicely covered. Now you're gonna tap off all the extra, and if you want to kind of tap your berries down in the snow again to cover any other spots that didn't get covered, just go ahead and do that. All right, so now your berries just have a nice light frosting on them, and the leaves have just a nice light frosting on them as well. I used a little jar like this one right here just to stick my berries down in until they dry. Now you're gonna wanna let these dry for a couple hours before you actually use them in your decor. Now to make the frosted pine cone. You want the snow to fall on the bottom portion of the pine cone. When the pine cones are hanging on the tree, they're hanging upside down like this. So when the snow falls, it's gonna hit this bottom portion for a little bit of our glue, and we're just gonna brush it down the top and sides of the pine cone. We're gonna go all the way around, coat that pine cone with the snow. And again, just tap off any that is left over that didn't stick. All right, so now we have this really cute snow-coated pine cone. And once they're dry, we can hang a little ribbon off of them, which is what I'm gonna do next. So what I've done is I have some ribbon here, which I'm gonna actually use to make a hanger, which we're gonna do first, and I've got my hot glue already heated up, and I'm gonna just stick a little bit of that hot glue right in the center of my pine cone, and I'll stick one end of my ribbon down in that hot glue. I like to use scissors to kind of push it down in place so I'm not burning my finger, and then I'll put another dab of glue, and I'll take my other end of the ribbon and kind of push that right down in the glue as well. Hold that in place. I went in the bottom of the bin that I store all of my greenery, and I know a lot of times you'll have little pieces of greenery, faux greenery, that falls off in the bottom of your storage bin. So I took some of those pieces and put some hot glue on the end of that piece, and again I'll stick that right down kind of in the center. I don't know if it's juniper, but I'll put some hot glue on the end of that and stick that right down in the center as well. You can either use some of the berries that you frosted, or I found these little berries. They were actually a holly berry, and this came off of a wreath that I had. And I like these berries because they're on this almost like little stem. I'm gonna just trim a few of these little stem berries, and I'm gonna glue these right to the top of my pine cone. I'll just put a little bit more glue, and I'll stick those those little stems right down in the glue, just like that. Let this dry, and then you have a really adorable little pine cone ornament that you can hang off of your tree. Here they are. I have a few of them done. I'm just gonna let them dry completely, make sure the hot glue is all dry, and then we are gonna go ahead and start decorating.